Okay,
All right.
this is episode one of the After Dark podcast. Yeah,
Woo.
episode one. There we
We're,
go.
we're here.
Yeah.
Finally, after months of trial and error. Oh,
Uh, dude, it's like,
oh,
yeah, it's my GTX, poor GTX 770 has finally kicked the kicked the bucket after 5 years. Yeah, because I purchased this computer beginning of 2014, and now it's the beginning of
ooh, that's a while
2019.
now.
And you know what's nice is this thing. The graphics card died on my birthday, so that's just
Oh,
nice.
man.
That's like the best
That's always
gift.
the worst
That's the
time.
best gift I could ever get. Is
Well,
a dead
it's,
graphics
it's a
card.
forced upgrade.
That's true. That's true. That's a forced upgrade. That's a forced upgrade.
And sometimes that can be good. I'm currently stuck with a GTX 660 because I'm cheaper. I've just recently upgraded the rest of my computer because it was terrible. I've gone from literally a 10-year-old computer with a GTX 60 in it to a computer that can now run any game
It,
with some degree of level.
I know, like, what is it? I mean, my computer, it runs pretty much fine. I mean, it's a monster of a computer, but I feel like if I was to put like a 280 Ti in there, it just it'd be like putting like a Ferrari engine inside like a Honda Accord from 2010.
Jeez.
It's, I mean,
Yeah.
I have like a. I'm trying to look at it because I know it's the Intel. It's some Intel video card HD garbage. It's like 4200 something. It can't run anything.
Oh dear.
I think it's like part of like a mobile processor too as well. So
Yeah, no.
that's spicy.
Intel haven't. The only thing Intel have done recently is uh, graphics for their CPUs. They have been prototypes and they have tried to make proper GPUs in the past,
Mm-hmm.
but I think they've been cancelled over the favor of having graphics inside a CPU
Ooh, I
for more
mean,
mobile things.
currently my computer is it's functioning, but it's missing some things. It's a garbage Windows 10. Woohoo! It's like I can't.
Yeah.
Like I'm missing a lot of functions. The UI is slow. I looked at the RAM and it was 16 gigabytes because I have 16 gigabyte RAM, but it said
Ooh.
15.9 usable. So
Oh.
I'm wondering if I'm running on that 0.1%
Oh.
because that's
No,
probably what
no,
this thing
that
is.
shouldn't affect it too much.
I mean,
That'll be fine.
yeah, I
I
don't
think it's more likely your hard drive or SSD.
because
I'd
I
reckon.
have like a poor I it kind of looks like because I have like this one tiny little hard drive and then I have like 11 other slots for hard drives, but I just haven't
Yeah.
bothered to get one because I
It's more likely your hard drive than the RAM. The RAM's perfectly fine because you'll normally have like a small amount of RAM that you just don't have usable. That's just normal.
yeah.
That that that's dedicated for other
I
stuff.
got something. Halo,
Go for it.
They're bringing Halo to the PC.
I know it's gonna be awesome. Finally
My
play.
friend, or so good.
Finally be able to play Halo on the PC rather than
There
the
we go.
Xbox.
Yeah, we don't have to pay for online. My friend, I told him
No,
that, and then he
that's
flipped me off, and then I laughed. It was pretty funny. I mean, I have an Xbox One, and that big boy's running on life support. I mean, it's not.
yeah.
It can run. It's weird because it ran Battlefield 1 at 60 frames, but it couldn't run like there's this game called The
Jeez.
Calling, and it's like a poor man's battle royale, but it got like a good decent 30 frames on that, and I'm wondering how that worked. I'm wondering how that works out.
Ooh,
There's like
today
one
it's
game on the
probably just
Xbox One that I really enjoy, and that's about it.
I'm pretty much the same. I just have one game, Sea of Thieves, and that's it. And I hate the X because I just can't be bothered to pay for the Xbox Live.
Yeah,
I hate it
I mean,
so much. It's
I share an account with my friend. God bless him. He buys because he's like a Fortnite drug addict. He just buys all the skins, and then he
jeez.
just buys gold. And he's like, "Bro, can you buy me some gold?" And I'm just like, "No, I haven't touched my Xbox in like 5 months. Sorry." But I got a
Man,
Switch.
yeah, no.
I got a Nintendo Switch on sale, and
Well, how's that working out?
it's It's okay. I miss my PC. Once I get a 1060 or some new graphics card, I'll probably not touch it as much. But I mean, it is fun. But I really,
Indeed.
I'm a PC boy. I like this computer. It's just so
P- P-
universal.
you know, PC all the way.
Like
I would die without it, to be
I
honest.
would actually die. I would not. It's like it was part of my It was like part of my daily life. This thing is still part of my daily
Oh,
life. Like throughout that
oh,
month,
it's same with me.
with the month that I didn't use it this past month, I just I felt dead inside. I'm like, I need this. I want this. Because I was like, well, I wanted to go back in this room to touch the PC, but I knew like the graphics card was kind of busted, and so I mean, it runs pretty. It runs really well, and so I dusted it off. I'm dusting it off every once in a while, like to keep this thing
Yeah.
clean. Because I guess I'm running on 80. What's that? 80? Oh no, it's 800 watts of power. That's not.
Ah, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I feel like a 280 Ti would just it'd use like double that.
Oh, that.
That thing looks like a
Oh,
military
yeah.
hardware.
Oh, it is
That
massively
thing, that
compared
thing
to
is like
what you're currently using.
that thing is like straight NASA computer right there. That's
It
straight
is
from
it.
NASA.
It's literally a supercomputer drugged up.
I mean,
Oh
like
my god.
I know I can probably slide another graphics card on here, but I haven't been bothered. I feel like I did. I feel like I
No.
probably put something in backwards, and I feel like I wasn't getting enough out of my graphics card. Like I feel like I could have changed a few settings because I did that like a few months ago, and everything ran better. And then I felt infinitely more sad because like those past years I could have been playing some spicy 60 FPS, 60 frames.
Some of the slots you put in your graphics cards or different RAM positions
Mm-hmm.
work a lot better than the others. So, for instance, there's normally a faster slot than putting it in another PCI slot.
I remember I spent like a week trying to figure out why my graphics card wasn't working this one time, and then I realized I just plugged it
Oh,
into the Intel HD, and I felt infinitely.
oh,
I felt like my intelligence was just it just left. It was pretty great.
that's baby steps. You
Baby steps,
just gotta
baby
learn
steps.
that.
Almost getting there. Yeah, I'll have to I'll have to film a funeral video for this thing. I'll have to put out a video
Oh
and
dear.
filming a funeral. It's poor. Actually,
Uh,
this thing was a soldier. This thing was a soldier. I left my computer on sometimes overnight, and then I forgot about it because I fell asleep, staying up like playing
I do that all the time.
it. And then like this bad boy is still running GTA. Although it kicked me off the servers. But yeah.
Nice. Wow.
Oh, there's
And
a lot of good stories with this good card that's still plugged in.
oh,
I should probably unplug it
yeah,
and prepare the room for the new one.
yeah. Just prepare the coffin already.
I mean, yeah, it's like I think my first computer was like it was like a Dell H. No, actually, it was like a Dell like it was like a Dell laptop. It looked like it looked like one of those Lego pieces, like the those
Oh
generic,
yeah.
and it was a brick. But I mean, it actually lasted from because it ran Windows XP. There was like this one pinball game on
Okay.
it that was like my favorite.
Yeah, and I enjoyed that game.
Like
We used to have like family computers, and the first proper computer that fully belonged to mine. Um, my dad dropped it and broke the hard drive,
like I have.
which I hadn't backed it up because at that point I was so
Ooh,
ignorant.
ooh, that's a
So
that
I'm
sucks.
literally just waiting for the day when I can afford to get my data recovered.
I know the pain. I have this other laptop. It's an HP from 2007, and I mean it can run. It actually I think it runs AMD. What? I did not
Oh
notice that.
dear.
I did not
Wow.
notice that it has AMD. My that just
Wow.
a lie. The lie. I've been living a lie. That's probably why I can run San
Gaming.
Andreas. Because I remember like for a stint throughout 2015, there was just I spent like a week playing San Andreas just nonstop, and it was offline too,
No.
so I wasn't connected to Steam, so I didn't clock any of the hours in. And that was like the only time I
Oh
really
man.
touched the game. Every once in a while, I'll go back and mess with it because that was a fun game. But you know, it ran pretty well. It ran
Yeah.
like 60 frames, but everything else just did not run well.
Oh, nice. You know, I've got a Dell computer from like 2003 running Windows XP.
It was exactly like
Oh
the
my
one
god.
you said. It was a Dell laptop basically,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
I think I used to watch like just pirate movies because I was a tiny little pirate like 5 years ago. But
Jeez.
yeah, it ran pretty well. I mean, I watched like Captain Phillips, and then I cried at the end of the movie. It was a good movie.
That was. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's a good movie, but yeah, this thing, yeah, it's like I remember I once played Minecraft on this thing, and I
Ooh.
didn't pay for it, and I felt pretty cool. Now I have
Man.
like 5 copies of Minecraft.
Really?
I still have the mobile or not mobile. I purchased it in like 2012, like the Minecraft thing,
Oh yeah.
because I played the demo. I thought it was a 2D game. Someone mentioned it, and I thought it was like a 2D game. And then I downloaded it. I'm like, whoa, this thing is pretty cool. And then I played a little bit.
Yeah.
And I had to get the full
You know,
version.
I think I.
But
Yeah. No, I think I have the proper PC version and like mobile version from like years ago. I
yeah,
just haven't loaded it up again. And I got the first free demo like once you said. I'm like, this is fun. Oh, what have I been doing with my time?
yeah,
Jeez, wasting it with I don't know,
yeah. It's like
searching the web for random stuff.
do you know like do you have any like here I have a topic. So it's there's this. I'm not bashing on religion, but because I am Christian, but I just not into it all that much. But there's this. I distinctly remember this show. I'll have to show you. We should like make a video, just making fun of it. But it's called The Adventures of Bible Man, and it's like
Oh
it was
no.
the funniest thing. Like I rewatched it last night just to see how bad it was. I was blown away. It's beautiful. It's like god tier material
I- i-
for just hilarious. It's hilarious. Just
Is it like one of those Christian
oh yes,
movies?
yes. It's actually like 30 minutes long,
Oh,
but I remember this one.
ooh,
There's this one, and I actually looked up the actor who played like this sunflower seed headed looking dude or whatever. But it's like
oh,
it's really bad. Like it just the filmmaker inside of me just cries every time I watch it. I don't even watch it all that often. I remember
yeah,
I was like, oh, I love Bible Man, and now I watched. I'm like, this is this is garbage.
pretty cool.
But
You know,
it's pretty dank. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty dank.
is it like cringy?
It's yeah, it's like epic. It's hella cringy. It's pretty cringy. It's like
Oh,
I'd say it's like one of the episodes is where like these two guys are watching like or these two like weird are the villains. Actually, I've only watched like one, and I realized that it looked like a 1990s film, and so I assumed it was from 1990s. And then I actually stayed and looked at the end credits, and then it said copyright 2007 because I was around where I watched it, and
gee,
I was like, no way. I was like last night. I was just like, no way. This was made in 2007. This
wow.
is like it's like the I literally saw the cameras in one of the shots. One of the shots, it was like a camera. It's got like 19 like 90 like Ugandan film level of just special effects. It's got African
Wow.
film. It's got African levels of just beautiful effects. Like one of the, it's like he's got like a lightsaber in the thing. He's like a superhero, but he has like a lightsaber, and it's like the funniest
That's
thing.
definitely not ripping off any
I know, dude.
franchise.
It's just every single beat inside the story is just it's just ripping off from other popular franchises or whatever. It's like ripping off of pretty much everything. The only thing I think is original is the fact that the villains they hide in trash cans and they go back to their lair. That's
That, that sounds hilarious.
it's really funny.
Like,
Like it's on YouTube. It's like all on YouTube. For some reason, it's got
boy,
like a,
what
a
I've
100K views or something. I don't even know how I had 100K views. It's kind of weird.
how?
But you gotta watch.
Uh,
It's so funny. It's like it's hilarious.
Oh, I'll have a look at it later. But
Yeah, I'll have
I,
to. Yeah,
I
I'll link an episode in in the description. It's
all
beautiful.
right, will do. Yeah, no, for there's like some cringy stuff I just can't watch. Do you ever get that feeling when you're
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
watching like some cringy movie or TV show, going like,
yeah.
"Oh my gosh, what the hell are you doing?"
Thing is, like, I looked up the actor who played like the villain because he was pretty cringy. But I looked at him and then I looked him online or something like that. He's like Steven Sanford or whatever. But then I looked at he had a reel on YouTube for other things, and that was one in his reel, and I was like, dude, why you gotta put this? Why would you put specifically this in your film reel, in your
Yeah,
acting reel? Like, why would you put this disgrace? It's a disgrace.
I
It's a hilarious.
I'd imagine it's more of filler rather than actual.
Yeah,
Look at what I've done.
he like it's kind of ripping off of everything, but it's like I was sad when I found out that it was made in 2007. I'm like, there's no way this was made. This was made in like a $10 budget.
I was super young then.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's like uh I just noticed I forgot I bought a Steam Link like a few months ago.
Wait, what? You bought Steam Link? Wait, what?
I bought one of the last Steam Links and they're pretty much useless.
Man,
I bought it for like $10.
like the
You can't blame me.
controllers. The controllers, the Steam Link.
No, just the Steam Link. Like the actual smells like Gabe Newell.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I can't even get I can't actually get the I can't actually get the USB port or like the Ethernet cable. I actually can't get the Ethernet cable out. That's strange or whatever this is. I actually cannot pull it out. I'm using like the strength of Hercules. I am the reincarnation of Hercules, and I cannot pull this out. It's
Man, speaking of Steam Link, have you heard of the news for them to bring it worldwide, so you can now be able to access and play your games anywhere in the world instead of just on your network connection?
that makes me infinitely more happier.
It does, but the latency is gonna suck.
That is gonna suck, but hey, at least I can play like Goat Simulator on like a plane or something.
Oh, oh.
I just keep the Steam Link
Maybe.
in like the very bottom of my drawer. I haven't touched it. I thought I'd use it more, and I didn't, because I understand why people didn't like it, and I can understand why they stopped producing them. I'd be pretty ashamed.
It's a nice idea, but
yeah, it's just they
in practice,
did not execute it well.
No, I think
it feels like
they could have.
It feels like a what's the word? It feels more like an alpha or beta. It feels more like what they could have done, but it feels like an early concept. It feels like a concept.
Yeah. I think if they spend a few more months or years even working on this, I think they can guarantee it. But I think one of the major problems with it is people's hardware.
Yeah.
And just people being unable to properly run it.
Yeah.
Which to some people, they're not going to view it as, oh, my hardware's not good enough to view it. They're going to view it as, what the hell, Steam? I can't use this that you claim I can use.
Yeah, it ran
like very competitive games.
I got a better experience through the Steam app than I did with the Steam Link.
Oh my god! I tried the Steam app on Android, and it just crashed every time I wanted to try and play something.
I mean, it ran pretty well for me. It's just I couldn't. The screen's really small. But aside from that, it ran pretty well. I mean, I was right next to my computer, but still, I was pretty impressed.
Look good. Anyway, I've recently been playing a lot of Rust. And over the week.
Is that game good?
Sorry, Cameron.
Isn't that like it's an open world, right?
Yeah, it's kind of an open world. It's a survival thing. It's quite hostile depending on where you go. You can meet friends all sorts. Over the weekend though, I made myself like a dictator of a small group of people.
I like that.
By the end of the weekend, I was thrown out and executed. But whatever.
I like that.
I was a dictator.
Out a nation for yourself.
I know. Uh, I checked on like earlier today on how it was going, and it just had all been abandoned because like some other group had raided our base and or their base at that point and been kicked out.
Can't you
Um,
get
and like
rated offline? If you're offline, can't you still have your base be like
yeah,
rated?
no, you can. It's all on online servers,
That makes more
so you
sense.
can be asleep. So you're technically your player's still in the world, at all times, but
Okay, okay. Yeah, it
but you can.
seems. Or sorry, good. Yeah, it seems. Or good, actually. Yeah.
I haven't got anything else to say
I
about it.
mean, I haven't played very many. Like, I actually have played, uh, but not where they're like that. I think the closest maybe is I don't know. Maybe like Daisy. That's the closest I've played.
Oh, Daisy's fun.
Daisy's pretty
Yeah, no,
fun,
I suppose it's a bit like Daisy.
but I guess no, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't like the final product of Daisy. The fact that
Why? What's so?
it's I mean even after like the 5 years that it was in development, hell, it just did not turn out very well.
Mhm.
I like the earlier. I liked it when it was in early access. It felt more better. It
Yeah,
felt more complete than the final
like
version to me. The final version felt rushed and buggy, and
yeah,
just a little different.
I can understand that.
Because I had some issues with it. But
Alright. So, what game have you been playing recently? Probably on the Switch.
actually, what was I was playing some Smash Brothers. I haven't played that game in like years, but it's pretty fun.
Oh man,
But
that's great.
I have
I really enjoyed it.
yeah, it's pretty good. And then also uh, because I got a bunch of games. But I also actually bunch meaning my friend found a bunch on the ground. He's like, "You have a Switch, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." Oh dear, it sounds like you just got a jump scare. It's like
Oh,
radio noises, like
uh,
radio frequency kind of.
me.
Yeah, I'd say on your side.
Uh, how's that?
That's much better, much better. All right, that's better.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that one, and then I played a little bit of Mario Kart. I like Mario Kart. It's pretty fun.
I love Mario. I used to play it a lot. I haven't been playing a lot of the Mario Kart and Mario Bros recently.
Yeah, yeah,
Wish I haven't.
yeah. And it's kind of it. Like I'll play a little
Yeah,
Fortnite every once in a while because I get bored, but
yeah.
it's not my favorite
I
game.
used to play. Yeah,
You good?
I used to play. Sorry.
Or no, you can go ahead.
I
Yeah.
used.
Sorry.
Alright. Oh, that's gonna be fun. I used to play like a whole bunch of Mario stuff on the Wii, and I was looking through the cupboards, and it turns out we have two Wii's, which I never thought we did, which was just honestly quite strange.
You
So
have,
I
you
have no idea how we have two Wii's, like the console.
Actually, I just bought a
And
Wii for like $20, and I
oh,
got
have
a
you?
bunch of games because
Oh
I
wow.
wanted to play Wii Sports Resort again because I like the bowling. I'm not gonna lie, that bowling is pretty fun.
It is. It's quite the Wii was quite a smart idea for like motion controllers.
Yeah, yeah,
Shame other consoles haven't got some similar.
yeah. I guess the closest maybe might be the PlayStation 4 with their motion track VR,
Kind of,
but then again, that
but
wasn't the best.
no, even that's not. Although I am looking forward to Oculus is new headset, Oculus Quest.
How does that work? I like their newer headsets. Do they connect to your PC or is it just your phone?
So the Oculus Quest, it's technically not out yet, but it will be sometime later this year.
Hmm.
But the Oculus Quest is a completely standalone thing.
Okay.
So it's got pretty much a it's so the Oculus Go, which is the standalone headset they've already got out, that can connect to your phone, but it's basically got the same hardware as a phone. It's got Snapdragon,
Hmm.
like last generation Snapdragon.
It's pretty
But
interesting.
the new but the problem with the Oculus Go wasn't it was 3 degrees, which means you could only look around. with the new Oculus Quest, you can now like fully move around like proper Oculus Rift.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It is. It's not going to be as powerful as in having a VR headset plugged into your computer because reasons.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be pretty cool to be able to go away for a week and be able to play all your favorite games in VR.
Yeah, definitely.
So, have you do you know Xbox is bringing out new consoles or
Oh yeah, I heard of they're making like a like a.
stream
It's not. It's like
streaming consoles?
yeah. I heard it. It doesn't have like a disk drive.
Oh yeah, no. To be fair though, disk drivers have become pretty much obsolete now.
Yeah. I
Everything is now moved online.
yeah. I can't say much about that because I barely put discs in my console.
No,
Because I mostly just
I don't
download
know.
stuff. I mostly just download stuff.
It's so more convenient and easier.
Yeah. It's more. I'd say it's more convenient.
Yeah. Oh, we ran out of material now.
Yeah. I think I'm looking at my Audacity and it's only saying the left channel is getting audio.
That's fine. You can just edit that and move it to
Yeah, I'll just have to do that.
right as well.
That's a fat rip for the mono. Actually, I think it's correct. I may just be having a brain fart, a brain seizure over here.
Oh well.
Oh, I heard beautiful Epic Games made a bunch of games exclusive. I'm probably like a month late.
Oh, have they?
They have another game that I believe was crowdfunded, but they're making an Epic Games Store exclusive.
Oh
I forget
no.
what the game's titled, but I wouldn't be too happy. I mean, I don't know. It's like I'm not a big fan of exclusivity. Exclusivity.
No.
Whatever, I butchered. But I'm not a big fan of that because I mean, like, it's like because we have Steam, and I really like
Yeah.
Steam. And I'm not a big fan of Epic Games.
Steam is so convenient.
Yeah, Steam is very convenient.
I can understand why people want to have multiple different places for competitive reasons,
Yeah.
but just having all your games on one store is just so much more convenient and easier.
It's more. Yeah, it's more. Yeah, it's not consumer friendly in my opinion. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Epic Store is not consumer friendly.
No.
It's just not.
It's
Appeals more to developers, and that's it.
yeah. I think it's more
Corporate.
I think it was things. It was originally involved with the Unreal Engine. I think it was one of the main reasons it was originally a thing before it was the before it was the store, the Epic Store.
Yeah.
And I think they've just went, hey, look, we've now got a really good game that's selling lots of things. How about we make our own launcher and call it the Epic Launch Store or whatever,
Yeah, let's just
and
and they're like
sell our own games?
yeah, and then there's like let's put Fortnite as the first thing. You play Fortnite,
Yeah.
hey, guess what? You can play some more games. There's not even like a functional
Not-
search
not
option.
very many.
I believe. There's not even like a functional search option.
No.
What I don't like is there's no
That's
customer reviews.
annoying.
I like
Yeah,
That's what I
no,
like about
that's
Steam.
got to change.
that's definitely got to change.
Steam. Yeah, to be honest, if I always look at like customer reviews before buying, or I always check that whatever I'm looking for is liked by a lot of people or is moderately
Yeah,
to some degree.
yeah. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I mean, it's like they're basically just like imagine like the Metro game because I heard that was really good, but
Yeah,
it's like there's no reviews. It's like I can't.
no,
There's honey digging people. Yeah, I mean, because the
yeah,
thing is, like, I like Metro, but they didn't do they didn't do Metro justice with this one. They should have just left it on
it's
Steam. Now we gotta wait a
yeah.
whole year.
I think it's all right to have it on multiple stores, but like have it on all of them. Don't just make it an exclusive to one store,
Yeah.
or as many as possible. S-
I agree with that because I mean, I'd say with Steam, you'd have to do a lot. You'd have to do better than Steam,
yeah.
and to me, you can't
Oh
really
yeah.
get better than Steam. Um,
Steam has been perfecting the PC store for years now.
yeah, exactly. It's kind of
Literally
perfect, and
before
I
most
wouldn't ask for
consoles.
anything better. Sorry. Yeah, it's
No,
like I wouldn't ask for anything better than Steam.
no. Steam is pretty much perfect. There are the odd problem, none off the top of my head, but it's still pre- pretty much very good for what it is.
Yeah, yeah. It definitely is. It's definitely like my favorite.
Yeah,
I'd say runner up would have to be like UPlay because that's the only other one I've really used.
yeah.
Because I'm just not a, I just don't use UPlay, and it's UPlay. It's
No,
Ubisoft. I mean, I
I
like their
I
games, but they're kind of the same. Like
I think I've got an account, but I don't think I've ever logged into it.
I I
I've
uh,
just
I like the fact that they gave me I like the fact that I they gave me a copy of Watch Dogs and Far Cry Blood
wait,
Dragon.
what?
Like
What?
a while ago, they gave free copies. They were handing out free copies like it was like free Taco Tuesday.
Man,
But it was Watch
then
Dogs. It was okay.
their sales mustn't have been doing very well.
Oh, yeah, I
You
mean,
know,
to me, the game itself didn't do very well, and it was alright. It ran pretty well, but also radio. It's like a radio noise. Okay, there you go.
oh,
Never
is it
mind.
again?
Yeah, happening. It's alright. No worries. I'd say I actually best thing that they gave me out of that was Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon because that is still
Oh,
my
that is
favorite Far Cry. Because I remember I used to love
that's
Far Cry
still
3, and it doesn't have the same grip on me that it did back then, like 5 years ago. But I'd still could pick up Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon any day and play it because it was so much fun.
yeah. I've never really been too much into Far Cry, but
Yeah, yeah.
from what I have, the limited amount I have played and seen, it does. I would agree with you that Far Cry Dragon is one of the better ones.
Yeah, I'd say Far Cry Blood Dragon has to be, or out of all the Far Cries, Far Cry 5 was not that great in my opinion. Far Cry 4, I like the level editor. It's fun to just
Yeah,
drive around in like a flat terrain and just take out as many enemies as possible with a bunch of cars, or just set off a chain reaction of
yeah,
cars and just watch it boom. Or actually, I'd say
yeah.
the map editor was fun. Far Cry 3 is still my favorite because it's kind of funny. I like the gameplay, and I just never finished the game because I didn't care to finish it. I
Uh,
but um yeah, I mean Ubisoft to me they've got a great repertoire of games, but
they
they
do.
just don't.
I think.
They're just not the
I
best
think they need.
company.
I think they need to experiment by putting their games in other stores.
Yeah,
I quite like the latest Far Cry's. I quite like the cult setting. That's quite interesting.
yeah. The cult setting was pretty cool. The villain
Yeah,
it made me chuckle a few times, but I mean,
yeah.
have you actually? I tried the Google Project stream. Have you heard of that? I think I was
Oh
looking. I
yeah,
think it
no,
was. I think it was actually only here.
and I'd really like to have played that, but it's American locked,
Yeah, I think
which
that's
is a
right.
shame.
It is a shame, but that was like I played it at my school on a school
Oh
over
nice.
my McDonald's Wi-Fi, and you know what?
Hmm.
You know what? It ran really well. It was. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that. And considering that I got to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey for free, I was pretty amazed.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what they bring to this year's expo.
Well,
I feel like they're gonna
well, they
bring.
have
I feel like they're
well,
gonna
there have
bring.
been.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
So no, you go, Karen.
I feel like they're gonna bring something special, and it's either gonna be. To me, it's either gonna be moderately successful, or just flop. But
Yeah.
I think
The,
it's gonna be successful. Maybe it amazed me from what I've seen.
no, there has been like patents spotted for controllers for a streaming service like this
That's pretty
for
cool.
pretty much that.
Uh,
So I think that they are bringing it to a wider market.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I really liked. I just liked how smooth it was and how the transition. It was like I was playing it on an actual console,
Oh,
and
nice.
I thought that was really cool. But um,
That's impressive.
it was pretty impressive. The fact that I was running on school Wi-Fi, that was pretty epic.
You know, I'm still really annoyed that they locked it down to just America. I hate when companies do that because other countries like the UK and elsewhere in the world lose so much from what we can access from the stuff you get in the America.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, I'd say,
Just,
yeah, it kind of sucks that it was only American locked, because
I know.
it was really cool, and I don't think the expo or E3 or whatever is that far away either.
No,
So
I think it's fairly soon.
yeah, so I'd like
Yeah, I
I'm
think it's
gonna keep an eye
summer
on
sometime.
I'm gonna keep an eye on what they bring.
I always love E3. It's one of the best gaming conventions.
Yeah, I mean it's fun to make fun of, but at the same time it's still pretty cool.
It's still it's pretty much where like everyone turns up and goes, look, this year and next year we're making this and this, and pretty much everyone is there doing the same thing. Everyone that is there showing off the greatest and the best for that year
Yeah, yeah.
or what's coming up.
I think this might be maybe like a good time to wrap it up because it's like 40 minutes. Yeah, 40 minutes. I think this might be
Yeah,
a yeah.
that's all right.
There we go. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
bye guys.
yeah. There we go. Yeah. See you next week.
See ya, man. Next week, who knows what could happen? We could, you know, not Donald Trump. He could have pressed a few buttons.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know. The UK might have had Brexit, probably not. Who knows? There
yeah,
might be more stuff to talk about.
yeah. I'll have to write more stuff down because I did not. I did not come
All
prepared.
right.
All right.